Alright, it's Mr. Carson again, and we can look at today how we can do a scatter plot and trend line with the data we gathered in our last session. Now, if you keep in mind, it was about a repeat and repeat of an experiment and then forming an average and seeing what actually it looks like. Now, we do use scatter plots quite a bit in science because we realise that the data we gather is not always accurate. We know it's in the region of the real or true number, but it's not quite there because we might make mistakes with our measurement or the equipment might be a little bit faulty. So let's go and have a look and see what we've got. Here is the table of data that we gathered last time, and we saw how to make averages and everything. So let's see how we can convert this into something a bit more meaningful and visual. Right, so as before, we highlight what we need to do. And we've got it blue, and we've got the blue lines around this, hash blue lines around everything we want to do. So if I go up to Insert and then go down to Chart, and we look at the type of charts, we see there is a scatter plot. So I'm going to look at the top scatter plot, and it shows us how we have some numbers. Alright, and this is what's going on with it. So now we have to go through and do the same thing we did before and customize it. And this was about, if you remember, this was about the time it takes for a piece of Mg for magnesium to fully react in different concentrations of hydrochloric acid, wasn't it? I think that's what we used. Concentrations of HCl. Oops. Let's edit that before it goes any further and see how it looks. Oops. Just going to go and edit this section out here, and we've got to make that a capital H for hydrogen. There we go. Now, so that's looking okay. Now then, if we go down and look at what we've got below, we should see that we have a legend. We're quite okay to leave that there, but let's look at the axes. If we do the horizontal one first, this was, in this time, those numbers correspond to the concentration of HCl, and we use the term molarity, but if you're a bit older we might have it in terms of moles dm minus 3, moles per decimeter cubed, which is the same thing. Alright, then if we go up here and do the vertical axis, this was time in seconds. And if we do that and put it in, and that shows us our points, but it doesn't actually show us our graph. So what we do is we go right down to the bottom of our summary, our customizing section, and there's a lovely little section there called trend line. So let's look at what it would look like if we thought they were all a straight line. Now the blue line there doesn't show out all that well, does it? It doesn't go near too many of the points. Now that's the key to remember. The line does not have to go through all the points, it has to go near them. But linear doesn't quite look all that well. So let's have a look at one of the other options. How about we try exponential? That's looking much better. So I think we might leave it like that, and then we might insert it. And that means we're happy with our results, and they look like that. Now then it's a simple matter to copy this into, copy and paste this into your report. and that's finished. Now we'll have to go through some more of these uses of Excel or spreadsheets a bit later on, but that'll do us today.